Hi everybody, I have got a Walmart pickup order today, and our Walmart is in Washington State, Western Washington State. And so I've got these frozen things, and it's a 90-degree day, and I'm going to get them done and in the freezer right away. So I got Skin On wild caught pink salmon, 2 pounds. So there's one. I got some, how do you say that? Surimi. Anyway, 2 pounds of that for a recipe, and it's, artificial. It's not artificial, it's not crab though. It's made to look like crab and sort of kind of tastes like crab. So that's what I'm gonna, welcome to my channel. My name is Kendra, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome. You usually get a better welcome than that. And if you're not new here, welcome back, friends. Okay, back to this. I got 4 pounds of U.S. farm-raised catfish fillets. And that is going to go with breaded okra and corn on the cob for a meal sometime, maybe next week. And then I got a pound of the ground beef. I got sharp cheddar. What is that, a pound? Yeah, 1 pound of sharp cheddar, just finely shredded, so I don't have to. Never bought this before, but I thought I'd give it a try because I love Rhodes rolls of any kind. And this is pizza dough, thaw, rise, and bake. And it's got 1, 2, 3 in here. And the price is pretty good. By the way, I'll try to have the prices and, of course, the total and everything so that you can see what we're paying in our area of the United States. West Coast. 2 of the salted butter. They're a pound each. 2 cream cheese. I like Philadelphia brand, but I think these are really the same thing. If you know different, let me know. There's no artificial preservatives or flavors. I don't think there's anything but cream cheese in here. Good till January 17th. What I'm trying to do is, even if I don't need, I don't need butter and I don't need cream cheese, I'm picking it up so that I can keep it for the holiday baking that's coming up. Last 2 cold things. French vanilla coffee mate for my husband. The dear thing loves this, and I just don't know why. I say that every week. And some whole milk. We're a family of 5 adults here. Nobody drinks it out of a glass because they want a glass of milk. Nobody. But we do use it for cooking and things like that. Cereal. Put it in cereal for sure. I use oat milk in my cereal, but the others like this regular cow milk. Okay, so I'm going to get these put away and go on to things that are not frozen. All right, so here are fruits and veggies and bread. So I'll start with the bread. There's just 2. There's a 9-grain, whole grain, kind of brownish and seeded sandwich bread. And then every once in a while I get a loaf of sourdough, and I think in every place it says, it may say San Francisco sourdough, or it may say Cincinnati sourdough dough. So this is Seattle. I don't know where it's actually made. All right, so that's bread. And I don't usually buy carrots like this because I think that they get weird, kind of, but I'm going to try to use them up fast. And I'm going to look up if I can rinse them in anything. I bet that other people feel the same way about these pre-done. I got 2 pounds of strawberries, 4 Roma tomatoes, some bananas. They're okay. 2 lemons. This one's okay. This one's a little hard. That's odd. Anyway. 2 of the scallions or green onions. Do you say scallions or green onions? I always say green onions. Maybe they're different things, scallions and green onions. 2 green bell peppers, which I wish I had had when I was making the no-cook dinner with the ham and the tomatoes and all that. I got a cantaloupe here, and I was thinking that I ordered a Tuscan variety, but this is just cantaloupe, but maybe I didn't. Sometimes it's more my problem than theirs. And I haven't bought any corn like this in the, husk. all year, not once. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and try. It's looking like, I guess they're okay. I can't wait. I'm gonna go ahead and shuck these before I stick them in the fridge and then put them in a bag that way, and probably cook them in 2 days, because they're supposed to drop from the 90s. And I would really rather not stand over a boiling pot of corn. My mom makes her corn in the microwave in a brown paper sack, and it's delightful, but I still haven't done that yet. So that's fruits and veggies and bread. I missed one frozen, and it was, I don't know how I did this, but I got way too many hush puppies. No, I got okra. They weren't hush puppies. This is the only hush puppies. Okay, so that's going to go with the catfish, with the okra, with the corn on the cob. And then I also missed this, and it's fruit and veggies. So they're cuties, or whatever these are called. Mandarins. Seedless and juicy. We haven't had these in a while, and I think they'll be popular again. They get tired of them. I take a break, and they're back. This is it for drinks. I've got one kid that adores Coca-Cola. He's very thin. So he's getting Coca-Cola. It's with the real sugar, and I and everyone else like 0 calories. Sweet tea Milos. Yum, yum. In fact, I need a glass right now. This is my second glass of tea. Yeah, I drink fast. I got a whole glass here just like this one. It is the same one. Filled it with crushed ice, up with tea, and then I knocked it over. So it went under this wood here, all over the countertop. At least the glass didn't break, so there's that. Slow down and pay attention, Kendra. So here's Snicky Snacks, pantry, stuff like that. Oh, and the can out front. I put a can out front. It's a dorm fridge is what I call a can out front. And I put snacks and drinks for delivery people. Now I'll tell you. This is Pringles cheddar and sour cream variety. This is golden Oreos. 2 bags of the yellow, the cheapest. I remember when these were $1.99. We used to buy these. We started buying these when the 3 adults that still live here were babies. Like babies with teeth, like 2, 3 years old, you know. Because there was a little convenience store just right walking distance to our house that we lived in. And they had these, and they were $1.99. And no other chips were. I'm pretty sure they may have been less. If you know, you know. I don't know, maybe. They may have been $1.29. They slowly went up and up and up, and they're just not the big bargain that they were, but they're still cheaper than a lot. Okay, enough about that. So, Nutty Buddies, and these are individually wrapped, and they are definitely for both the kids, adults, and for the delivery people, because I don't put stuff out there like these that are not individually wrapped. That would just be gross. And these are also for the kids and for the delivery people. I try to kind of like make it vary what I put out there. And so I haven't done Nutty Buddies in a long time, and I haven't done Fig Newtons in even longer. I don't like to keep Fig Newtons in the house because they're one of my personal favorites. And did you know they're one of the higher calorie cookies? You probably did. They're so good though. Okay, so that's all of the Snicky Snacks. You know what I didn't show you? Yeah, I did. I showed you the drinks. That's why I got myself a tea. Okay, this is the last of the food items, and I will show you the non-food at the end here. This is like pantry non-food, I guess. Yeah, it's all pantry. I got 2 of the Old El Paso. They were the bargain this week. I got 1 of the diced green chilies. I used a can in something this past week. And 4 chili beans. 2 of the Swanson chicken broth. Oh my word. Did you guys see, it was going around online. There's a show, Test Cook Kitchen or something on PBS. And they did a blind taste test of chicken broth. And I guess bone broth too. So they were saying best to worst. So you know the Zoop Good Soup chicken bone broth that maybe you don't. I haven't bought it in a while, but it's like $7 a jar. Because it was in a glass jar, and because it had the word it's bone broth, I assumed It was the best. It came in dead last in the taste test. You know, it came in first. Swanson, not the most expensive. It may be the cheapest. So I've changed my mind on my broth. This is what I'm buying. This one right here. Swanson chicken broth had the most chicken flavor, salty, not too salty, and just a hint of love. I added that part, love. So there you go. I got 2 of them. I like to keep those on hand both for cooking, but for when somebody gets a virus and they're not eating very much and they don't feel like it and they want something comforting. To me, this is comfort in a cup when it's warmed up and I'm not feeling well. I don't mean like, anyway, you get the point. So Golden Greek pepperoncini, tender and crispy. I got them in the medium heat because we're all adults here. I used to get them in mild. I use those for Mississippi pot roast and other things. The reason I had to buy another jar is the other things. I don't eat them straight out of the jar, but there are some men folk here that do. Ran out of my elbow macaroni. I needed 3 cups for a recipe, and I only had 2.5 cups, so I made do. So now I've got 2 more boxes, and I'll fill I take these out of the box and I put them in an airtight, like Rubbermaid Brilliance container. And I got 1 of the sweetened condensed milk because I used one, and I'm planning on using another. I should have gotten 2 of these because baking season's coming, and the whole point is not to, you want to stock up. For me anyway, it's the whole point. And I got 2 of the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits for a recipe, and I won't be making that recipe until it cools down. That's it. I didn't show you. I got a 12-pack of Topo Chico bottled bubble water, whatever you call that. I call it bubble water. It's not spring water. It's I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the pantry and show you the non-food. There's just 3 of them, I think, 4 of them. These are the cooking directions, and they're not Barilla, but they're the same cooking directions for all macaroni pasta. Look at that. I should have gotten 4 boxes. I need to make sure I do that because I don't like to run out. This is one of the things that I use often for macaroni salads, macaroni and cheese, goulash, all of those kind of things. And this is it, the final 4 things that I got. I've stopped using pods, and I'm using liquid now because the pods went up, way up in price. They have been going up every time I bought them, but they finally went ahead and just made me change over to liquid. Somebody said, don't use pods. And what, I wonder, does it hurt your machine? Does it hurt your clothes? Is it just because it's obviously not a good buy, and I see that now. But, I liked it because I didn't have to lift this bad boy. I need to get a great big plastic container with one of those pumps. So I'll look into that because it hurts my hands. I have arthritis in my hands and my joints really bad. And my joints, not just my hands, and they have joints in them too. So anyway, this is hard for me. I think I also use more of this than I do with the pods, and it's not as economical, but I don't know. Wet ones. I've not bought these since when they came out, maybe in the 80s, and I'm going to get them because, these are fragrance-free. Yeah, fragrance-free, extra gentle. I was thinking my husband doesn't use these because they smell. I'm going to put these in the car. I'm going to use them for when we are out garage sailing or thrift store. When I come out of a thrift store, sometimes my hands feel less than fresh. Know what I mean? Ugh. And then the last 2 things, they're exactly the same. The Great Value gallon storage bags. I like to buy another brand, the national brand, but they're out. Probably because it's, garden season and people are drying and people are freezing and, like that. Not freezing. They're freezing food, drying food, putting up foods, and I imagine these get snatched up because the other brand is a thicker one. So that's that. I'm going to go get the prices for items and the total and what I paid. Since it was a pickup, we didn't have to pay a delivery fee of any kind to the person who delivers. And my husband gets into that. He really likes to save money. I wish I were more like him. I do like to save money, but I don't like to feel like I did more than I had to do. I'm so spoiled. It's horrific. Anyway, I'm on it. I'm going to go show you. I got to go look at the computer. They send you the email when you're done. Okay, I'll go through the prices first, and then I'll give you the total in the end. So I got 4 pounds of U.S. farmed catfish fillets, and they were $22.31. I had ordered catfish nuggets. They weren't breaded, but they were cut in smaller portions, and they were out of those. And I did say they could sub that. I figured it would happen, and so... Then I got a 3-pound bag of clementines for $3.97. 2 bunches of green onions, $1.96. 4 Roma tomatoes were $1.40. 2 lemons, $1.36. 6 ears of fresh corn, they were 50 cents a piece, so $3 total. 1 whole cantaloupe was $2.88. 2 green bell peppers, $1.72. And 5 bananas, $1.05. Okay, here we go. A party size of golden Oreos, $5.28. A 12-pack of individually wrapped, you get 2 in each little package, lunchbox type Fig Newtons were $5.98. And then 1 pound, all free and clear, a 94 load size was $15.97. 1 pound of 96.4 ground beef, $7.86. A 6 count of frozen half corn on the cobs, $2. 2 frozen breaded okra, and I don't remember the poundage on those, but they were $4.24 for both. 1.5 pounds of frozen hush puppies, $5.78. A 4-pack of the glass Coke bottles with the real sugar, $6.68. That's getting more than it used to be too. Jar of pepperoncini medium heat, $3.48, and there were 2 containers, 32 ounces each, so 64 ounces total. Swanson chicken broth, $5.04. And lastly, on this part, I've got more, 1 pound of baby carrots, $1.32. Continuing on, there is Little Debbie Nutty Buddy bars, $2.68. Can of Pringles sour cream and cheddar, $2. 2 boxes of elbow macaroni, 16 ounces each, were $1.96. 2 pounds of pink salmon fillets were $20.96. Loaf of sourdough bread, $4.84. A loaf of whole grain Franz bread, $3.42. 32 ounces of whole milk, $2.28. 24 count wet one wipes for $3.28. 16 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar without a price. Let me get that for you. Not the phone, this. $4.22 on that shredded cheddar. 4 ounces of diced green chilies, 84 cents, and 4 cans of chili beans, $3.44. Okay, 1 gallon of 0-calorie Milo's sweet tea, $3.48. A 12 count of Topo Chico sparkling mineral water. That's what I couldn't come up with. Sparkling mineral water. I can't remember. It was $12.97. They're glass bottles, and I drink them regularly. 2 Old El Paso taco seasoning envelopes were $1.94 for the 2. 1 French vanilla coffee creamer, and it was 32 ounces, and it was $3.78. 2 bags of Santitas tortilla chips were $5.76 for the 2. 2 pounds of fresh strawberries, $4.64. Imitation crab, surimi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The 2 bags equaled 2 pounds, and they were $9.06. A 2 count of cream cheese, and it was the Great Value brand. It was $3.44. 2 count Cheddar Bay biscuit box mix, $5.28. 2 count of butter, so equaled 2 pounds, $8.52. Yipes. And then 160 gallon Ziploc bags, so $9.34. Not 160 gallons, but 160 count gallon Ziploc bags. Next. Last 2 items were 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, and it was the Great Value brand at $2.23, and a 3-pack of Rhodes pizza crust, frozen, $4.66. The tax was $4.47, and the total was $232.77. And this will be about a week, and I will go back. I will get things like ingredients I don't have, or fruits and vegetables, or things like that. Typically, I have plenty of bread. I think plenty of dairy. So that's that for this week. $232.77 for a household of 5 adults, 4 of them male. I ought to count myself in there with the dudes because I eat just as much as they do. All right. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet so far liked or commented on one of my videos, I would love it if you did. And feel free to subscribe, because then we can maybe get to know each other. We don't have to, but I'd sure enjoy it. Take care, everybody.